What is up, everybody? It's the Inhuman one here, and today we are going to revisit Vita Carnis and finish up the documentary. At this point in time, we've been watching the playlist that suggests the appropriate viewing order, and we have gone through, I guess, 6 videos. We are now on the 7th, which is going to be covering monoliths. The documentary is getting increasingly more disturbing as it starts exposing us to all of the subspecies of the Vita Carnis life form or whatever it is. So it's been really interesting. Also, we've seen a number of images, secret or hidden images, that either contradict the documentary or the images are kind of like excerpts from almost like a fairy tale type historical document or something. I don't know. It looks like a fairy tale, but also it could very well be real. And it refers to a royal family and a prince that had some sort of healing magic. So there's so many cool things going on at once. We've also had some excellent viewers, like for example, Mr. Singularity, who stopped by and has been very helpful and sharing additional tidbits of information without spoiling it. And also, we got a visit from the creator Darian Keeloy himself in the last stream, where he mentioned that the host creatures actually ate animals as well. So it was really interesting because I was just reading the comments and I was like, oh cool, they eat animals too, great. I didn't even notice and realize that it was the creator until just a few moments too late. So that was really interesting. But anyways, we have quite a bit to cover today, so I say we jump into the Vita Carnis viewing order playlist and crank up the volume, and then we go to Vita Carnis Living Meat Research Documentary number 7. We'll go ahead and maximize this bad boy. Now we're talking about the monoliths. Now these look like massive creatures. Super interesting. They don't even really, they have like, they're bipedal and whatever else, but they don't really have like normal features at all. So it's like, what purpose would something this size, be? Well, what purpose would it serve, right? So this is the monolith, and I did mention that I would be researching the names, the Latin, words and whatever off stream. Now the only thing that I haven't been able to do is, unfortunately, after I did complete this stream last time, I started working on my other channel, and it focuses on like anime content and things like that. And what happened is the video had been doing well for a few days, but I had to repost it and take it down several times because of copyright claims. And then eventually, after I changed it for the 4th time, I ended up getting, I disputed it, and then in seconds they rejected the dispute and I got a copyright strike. All for a 12-second clip of something that I was highly analyzing, and it was footage that was highly edited. So out of a 9-minute and 22-second long video, they were fussing about 12 seconds, which I, again, was providing original content on and had transformed in a way that it was not just me showing a clip that it was just for the sake of showing it. But anyways, although other creators have gotten away with like just reaction videos that are 40 minutes long, showing the entire episode and other things like that, or even showing the full intro with no editing whatsoever, those are intact and not been touched. But that 12 seconds of mine resulted in the 4th takedown and my first copyright strike in 7 years. So I was so frustrated, and I ended up editing it one more time the following morning and re-uploading it, and it's not even performing nearly as good as it was, which is unfortunate, but it doesn't matter because you got to persevere, you got to push through. And after 7 years, I got my very first copyright strike. So that kind of sucks, especially one that wasn't founded. But hey, you can't control all those things, and you shouldn't worry about things you can't control anyway. So, what is up, Mr. Singularity? I have arrived. Did you possibly do any of my puzzles? Okay, I was a little lost because I looked at the first one where you had mentioned the flavor, and I realized it was the video. And then I could not find anything else. I looked at the second stream and looked for any kind of, all I saw was the conversation where we were seeing if those things were posted. So I got really mixed up. And then also I got really taken away and distracted because of that copyright strike that I got on my previous on my video on my other channel. So I was really trying to work to get that corrected. But no, I haven't really been able to. And I wanted to see if any of them could be, viewed together and done together on stream, because I saw that now I know the first comment you ever made was a reference to that savor or that flavor video, which I'm like, that's interesting. Really want to check that out. But I didn't want to watch any videos without you guys here. So also, I could only find that comment. I couldn't find any other comment. And I went through on my desktop, and then I even switched to mobile, because sometimes from the Creator app, the Creator Studio, you can go through and see certain things that appear on one platform and not the other. And it's so strange. Most often it's comments, and then there is some differences sometimes in things like view count and all that. But it was strange. So I couldn't find both of them. I only found the one reference that you mentioned to the flavor piece. And I saw a video on that, in fact. Let me see. I'm going to pause this. So if we go to, I guess, his playlist here, the Vita Carnis flavor enhancer commercial, I think, is the first thing you're referring to, the first puzzle. So this one is something I definitely want to check out. I'm interested because the viewing order playlist, or that deal here, has a handful of videos, but it shows it's like 16 full videos, right? But it has like a part, I guess part 8, that shows everything. I don't know if it's the same exact video, but it might be a little longer, because I don't think these add up to 32 minutes. So, and then we got the cooking thing. I don't know if that is something that's just fun or if that's part of it. It might be part of it. And then we have the guides to all these creatures, like survival guides or how to raise them. So I'm interested to see kind of which ones are gonna give us the most information. I'll definitely peek through this one that's 32 minutes long. That would take a whole freaking session to look at, though. But if it repeats the same information, then maybe not. But yeah, I don't know. I posted the puzzles on my channel now. Oh, okay, good. I will review those then. Okay. Okay, perfect. That's what I'll look at then. Thank you so much, Mr. Singularity. I appreciate that. That'll make it much easier, I think. But let's jump right in. We have reviewed the first 6 creatures that have gotten increasingly terrifying, and now we are at the monolith, or Vita Carnis. So let's jump right in and see what we got.
The monolith is a very new creature, only showing up in June of 1972 in the area.
June of 1972. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. June of 1972. Okay. That's important. Rare creature. Appeared June of 1972. And I think we were just about to get us. Okay. that was strange. What was that for? Yeesh. Okay. There's 7 monoliths. Okay. This is getting good already.
Located in a circular position, 1.5 kilometers in diameter.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Maybe they're a symbol for something to come, or to emerge from the ground, or to come from space, right? Like, what is happening here? They're all situated in a circle. This is crazy already. 1.5 kilometers apart. So 0.93 miles. Okay. The 30-minute videos are just all the documentaries in one video. Okay, thank you so much. I was hoping that we would know that. So it's pretty much just if you wanted to sit down and watch all of these individual videos in one. Okay. Perfect. I wasn't sure if they would have like any additional footage or anything like that. Mr. Singularity says they all surround one place. Oh gosh. What if it's the location of the prince? Like, because he said the world continued to change around him. Seasons passed, clearly, and he was in a cave. So what if over time, however many years, could it be hundreds of years? I mean, we're talking about princes and kings and royal families and stuff, could be. And time has somehow changed the environment around him. And maybe that's where he's at. They're surrounding his location, possibly. Also, another thing to consider is that maybe they're a sign for something to see from above, right? So I don't know. I mean, there's a lot to consider there. That's creepy.
This ring of monoliths surround.
Oh, there's so much redacted information in this video. That is really noisy.
Monolith is a Titanic-sized being, measuring roughly 120 meters
What?
height.
120 meters in height? That's terrible. 120 meters tall. Good gosh.
Each monolith has two trunk legs that are firmly embedded underground. The legs connect to a torso.
Photo by Esther. Just kidding. I'm expecting that at any moment now.
The creature itself is made of hundreds of thousands of meaty strands, tightly woven together to form the structure. These strands end at the neck, fusing into a solid mass of hardened flesh in the shape of an upside-down triangle.
You said, beware the red triangle and the black circle. If it's an upside down triangle, the head, and maybe the hole being the black circle, we're getting somewhere. Because I remember you mentioned that specifically, and I took note of that, my friend. Oh my gosh, okay. So they're just a bunch of tightly woven strands. And then they culminate in an upside down triangle. This is good. I love this. The last two videos are the most protected. Okay. You'll have to help me point out which ones you consider the last two. Because, I mean, if we're looking at the viewing order, then yeah, I guess it's the very, very last ones. But maybe we can pick together which ones we need to see after this one. Because the viewing order shows like there's like the food tutorial or, whatever else. I don't know if that is part of the analog horror, or if it's just like a little bonus thing that has to be themed. It's themed like Vita Carnis, but I don't know. But if you happen to have that knowledge, we can decide together which videos we want to see, because I don't want to skip anything. The last two videos are the most protected. My second puzzle may help with the last two videos. Okay, puzzle. Okay, last two videos. Because what I'm going to end up doing is I will go after our stream, and I'm going to look at the puzzles on your channel, and then from there, nice, the food is a part of it. Okay, but what I'm going to do is after our stream, depending on how far we get in the videos that we watch, I'll go visit your channel, and then I'm going to make sure that I complete the puzzles, or at least attempt to figure them out. And then that way we can kind of see how it ties to those last two videos that you've referenced multiple times. So they must be incredibly important. And now we know that they're very protected. So that means like highly classified, at least in my eyes. So that's good stuff. All the videos in the playlist is related. Okay, perfect. I didn't know. That's good to know. I figured that they were just kind of like anything Vita Carnis thrown in there. Because then I saw like he has like an art playlist and like an instructional guide on how to draw. I assumed that those weren't. Those are just like for fun. But I didn't. I was hoping that everything in this playlist made sense. So good. It's all tied together. I love that. Oh, look at this. It says structure on the top of the body is capable of releasing large bellows of noise, and in one, looks like ruse, an EMP pulse that can disable electronics. We talked about this. Remember we talked about the communication towers, how each of the articles in the videos that we've seen for all of the species of Vita Carnis, the trimmings, the crawl had infested a radio tower. The trimmings had all congregated under an abandoned satellite. We've seen other things, a giant meat snake that was way larger than it was supposed to be. So we've seen a lot of this stuff, and somehow how it ties to communication structures like radio towers, satellites, and now we have this ability, or this creature has the ability to emit an EMP pulse, which is electromagnetic, which is going to pretty much fry any system that's obviously any kind of technology, right? So maybe that is why you previously mentioned the importance of Morse code, because Morse code is just sound, and I don't think it requires too much technology. You can even use lights, you can use taps to be able to make Morse code or communicate in that way. Maybe that's the safe way to communicate without them being able to either intercept it or destroy it. So I'm going to write that down because I'm not sure. I'm sure they'll talk about it, but that's very important. Okay. Structure on head can emit EMP pulse that disables electronics. That to me is incredibly important. Very much so. EMP blast, I love it. The art ones are not related to Vita Carnis. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for clarifying, because I just didn't want to like jump into something. I didn't want to like look ahead and then it be like something like a secret or something that's built in there, and then like, oh man, I ruined it for myself. So that's why I've been sticking to the viewing order. All right, this is awesome.
With a hole in its center. On each side of the monolith where arms would be, there are dozens of long, rope-like appendages.
Dozens of long rope-like appendages. The arm tendrils will sway and strike any throats or any large objects passing the perimeter. Whoa. Okay. So the arm-like tendrils are pretty much for defense and to keep things at bay. So arm-like tendrils used defensively to maintain a perimeter. That's not very nice. So anything that, I guess, passes the threshold of that perimeter, your throat's getting sliced pretty much, or probably getting something thrown at you or just tossed away. Either way, it's unpleasant. The monoliths were shot by a missile once. Oh man. Now apparently that didn't work. If they're still standing, uh-oh. We'll have to see.
These reach just barely to the ground. At the creature's feet,
Huge.
the strands go deep into the earth and extend horizontally a decent distance away.
Okay. So their feet burrow into the ground, and then similar to like the harvesters, the roots then spread horizontally for a great distance.
What the monoliths do is simply stand and do nothing.
He says what the monoliths do is they simply stand and do nothing. I want that job. The monoliths are guards in a way. Oh yeah. See, that's starting to make me believe even more so that the prince, maybe they're guarding the prince, you know, maybe he's inside of that perimeter.
The only activity documented that the monoliths have done was in
Ah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to look at those images. There's been at least 3 instances where that's happened. Maybe I can enhance it, you know, take a screen print, enhance it, maybe up the contrast or something. I'm not entirely sure, but there's got to be a way to see what's behind this.
during this period.
And I should probably have documented those instances of when that happens. I guess I could. Let's see. That one was at 1 minute 28 seconds.
They were extremely aggressive when the group of
And then another. I wonder why it would be redacted. The monoliths are guards in a way, like a mushroom mycelium channel. Yeah, no doubt. That makes sense because that's their little tendrils, you know. That's how they can pretty much create a network that ties them all together so they can communicate with each other and for at great distances. And their root systems usually go. I mean, I think if I've heard correctly, they can go for miles. I think. Thank you. Oh, okay. It's like he's cursing. He's like, and this mother. This kid. That'd be hilarious.
Way to the city. The monolith that they had passes roared a deep bellow and swung its appendages at the team, completely wiping them out.
Spite of Artemis. Here we go. The famous photographer. We've seen multiple photographs by Spite of Artemis.
When military vehicles were dispatched, once they got close enough to hop the monolith, it roared another call, this time releasing an EMP blast, completely knocking the vehicles out in the vicinity.
So there was certainly an attack that was done, just like Mr. Singularity mentioned. And even though some of the information is redacted, they learned that they can make different types of calls. One is just a large bellowing sound, and then another was that EMP blast, and it actually impacted some of the military vehicles.
Finally, long-distance rockets were fired and struck the creature.
There you go, long-distance rockets. Wait. Oh, that's creepy. That is creepy. 2 minutes, 10 seconds. We have footage of the monolith. I mean, I couldn't imagine something that large. Okay. I don't see. I see him right here in the middle of the screen. Like we're looking at maybe his right leg. Let me just make sure that wasn't the same photo by Artemis. Looks like the same photo. Yeah, it's the same one. Oh, wow. So something then happened to it when the military vehicles attacked it. It was damaged, but it regenerated very quickly. Note that the legs of the monolith go underground, connecting to possible crawl. Okay, that's very important. And that's why I was even thinking it's similar to the crawl. Remember how they kind of they just continue to expand, and then like the harvesters, for example, they have their tendrils that are kind of up above the ground, and then they have a network underneath. So they're definitely connected in some way. They're all connected. Okay, so footage of giant monolith. I would not want to live in a world where Vita Carnis was real. That is for sure. Okay, another page of notes already. This is a big video for us. Oh wait, it said something there. I can make that out. The fibrous tissue, when looks like it says when damaged, is able to replicate and repair itself. I'm not sure, maybe like quickly or fully or something. Okay. Fibrous tissue is able to replicate itself and heal quickly. So essentially, you know, they must be tied to some sort of source, right, for them to continue to being able to replicate themselves, unless they just do that same kind of mitosis or thing that the snakes do. I don't know, but they can heal themselves immediately, which is awesome, and also freaky because they're obviously standing in that formation for a reason.
Eventually, the area has been fenced off and is now restricted to all. Ever since, the monolith stands silently,
What? So the military fenced off this location. The monolith formation. Okay. And then they stand silently, so they're just quiet now. They just didn't want to be disturbed, so they're certainly protecting something.
Only adding more questions to these mean beings. And finally, the last creature on this list is...
Uh-oh. I saw something. I saw a little critter, and I saw, like, Earth. Okay, that's Earth. Damn you. Hold on.
Majestic.
Oh, darn it. Okay, I'll get it. Ooh, that one's hard to read. That one's really hard to read. Okay. 2 minutes and 47 seconds. We have more critter activity. I'm actually going to have to enhance this one because I can't read it very well at all. Who is this creature? Maybe like, why are they here? Are they dangerous? That's about all I can make out. I am blind as a bat. So let's go ahead and enhance this. Enhance. And let's see. Probably want a little more brightness, a little more contrast, and a lot more size because I can't see. Okay. Mitosis. Okay, so that's how they're able to repair. No more tourists. The circle. There's oh, that's creepy. You're creeping me out, man. I like it. This, oh, hey. So those little symbols actually have like page numbers. It looks like. Okay, so I can't really make out the first part. It says something like creatures or hard to see. Hard to make out. But it says, who is this creature? Maybe why are they here? Are they dangerous? A thought was Yeah, it's tough. That's hard to make sense. Maybe, what if the creature could use its magic to help them? Oh, maybe a thought was brought to them or something. A thought was brought up. That's what it says. What if this creature could use the magic to help them? It may grow food and heal sickness? They continue to argue about the prince and his magic. And I don't know, and the majority of the critters, I don't know, viewed or saw or agreed that the prince was dangerous and should not be meddled with. Oh, wow. Okay. So the critters are discussing what they should do with the prince. That is insane. So they're discussing what to do with the prince. And then pretty much are saying, hey, should not be meddled with. Should not be meddled with. Probably a good decision on behalf of the critters there, because I bet there's going to be some greedy ones, though, that can't resist, you know? And that's probably where we're going to have some trouble, or maybe even the onset of these Vita Carnis creatures, you know? Analog horror, Vita Carnis. That is crazy. Now remember, the circle was repeated multiple times, so Mr. Singular is pointing us in some direction, and it is creepy. It's like now almost like cult-like or something. Really creepy. And he said it some more. So this is very important. The circle literally is probably referring to the circle of monoliths. So there's something there. And we also know to beware the red triangle and the black circle, right? So this is This is getting deep. And remember, it said, and the next creature of the series is, and then it couldn't even really complete it. It looked like a red circle. So, oh my gosh. Elephants. Giraffes, jellyfish. This is not the end. Why? Where's the last creature? Okay. I was like, please don't jump scare. No jump scare. Okay. I'm not done with you yet. Okay. I want to see why they omitted this last creature. So that's so weird. But at 2 minutes and 44 seconds, they omit the, I guess the 8th creature. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. Well, technically the 8th creature, yeah, because the crawl, and then you have crawls 1, trimming 2, meat snake 3, mimic 4, harvester 5, host 6, monolith 7. They omit the 8th creature, or the 7th creature born from the crawl. That's the red circle, and Mr. Singularity is definitely pointing towards that very strongly. That is creepy, because I just don't know what direction it's taking right now. Alright, so we finished this one. Okay. Ads. Let's buy this game. Oh, hey. Mermaid lady just slapped him in the face. This is the full footage, so we'll skip this. Wait, what?
The origins of... First, what are these new life forms? Since they're explosive...
Why did I see like some little demon looking thing? Oh, there you go.
The origins of these creatures are solely to...
So it's all the same. Trimmings, meat snake, mimic, I'm sure. The meat mimic, the harvester. Do not. Then we got to shuffle closely. That's the host. That was the footage of the dude walking. Monoliths. Uh-oh. It does have a final piece, though. Uh-oh, that's called the singularity. So I guess this is kind of important. Skip to the end of the monolith. There is a secret. Okay. Oh, gosh.
And finally, the last creature on this list is...
We saw that. Oh, okay. The singularity? No way. Mr. Singularity, is there are there any ties between you and this creature here? Oh gosh. What? So this is the full footage version. So let me notate this, because this is definitely additional footage, and I'm super glad that we went through it together. Thank you for pointing it out. I did suspect that there might be something, but I thought it was maybe just more maybe for convenience. But I did want to skip through, and when I saw that there was a section labeled Singularity, that was a huge, huge reveal there. Okay, so now we have a secret, and this is the Singularity. Oh my gosh. Now I know how you fit in the picture, Mr. Singularity. Vita Carnis. Oh man. Okay. My name is a puzzle to reveal some lore. Exactly. And remember, I researched it. The singularity is coming, or the singularity is near. Oh man, the black circle and red triangle. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me read this just in case, like, for whatever reason, this is just one of those images we have to stop frame perfect. So it says, this, it looks like it says the singularity is an orb comprised of a dark, maybe dark mineral with hints of luminous colors within the core. The singularity is estimated to be maybe 1 meter in diameter. The orb has several unique qualities that are not well understood. The singularity typically can be found, man, it's hard to read that, found maybe suspended by an unseen force. There are also a variety of reading that have been documented coming from the orb itself. Various things like magnetic fields, energy signatures, and other pattern-like signals released by the singularity. The population of these creatures is unknown. Almost all info about the singularity is hidden or unconfirmed or confined maybe by officials. We were only able to receive one classified document about the singularity being held by blank. Oh my gosh, that is cool. So it's not very big. If it is just 1 meter, I can't tell if that's 1 or 7. Okay, so it's pretty much like a dark spherical orb. This is a dark orb. Gives off all kinds of signals here. Magnetic fields, energy signatures. Okay. Various energy signatures come off of this thing. This is not good. We don't even know how many there are. Pattern-like signals. Okay. These pattern-like signals, what if these are the Morse code, right? Unknown number. We don't know how many there are. All info is hidden by officials. Is hidden by government officials, I'm sure. And there's only able to obtain one classified document. One classified document. This is crazy. About one being held by, I'll say held by blank. We have no clue where it's being held. Maybe it's like in some sort of government or underground facility or a bunker or something, but this is insane. This is getting really cool. Let's see. My name is a puzzle to reveal some lore. It sure is. No, it says it out loud. It's not. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. I was worried that it wouldn't. But it's like the monolith. It's somewhere you don't know. Oh. Okay. Dark mineral orb. Oh my gosh. So it's not too big. I mean, it's 1 meter, like 3.3 feet maybe. I'm going to take a screen print. Okay, we got most of it right. It's really, I'm glad. It was a little messy, but I'm glad we were able to read most of it. This is excellent. And there's like a creepy repeat of like the old music. It's just really unnerving. Confiscated. Okay. Oh man, that's so creepy. That is so creepy. I definitely want to get a screenshot of this because this is unique. And the documentary would have just ended without mentioning this creature had we just stopped it or not watched the full documentary. So that's huge. Like Mr. Singularity said, it's kind of like a secret or like bonus footage. That's really cool. That is all for the documentary. Now for the other videos. Okay. You know, I want to look at something. Let's see. It's backwards now. You know, I don't know if the overlapping can somehow... I'm going to mute that for a second. That's really loud. No, it's just backwards. Held by. Okay. Because I was trying to think, like, if it overlaps, maybe that will give us the information that we need. Okay, no, it certainly did not. Okay. We saw all of this already. Now, on the monolith video, it pointed to like some area in like North America. Okay, maybe not. Well, yeah, I mean, well, it's a little high. It's like the very tippity top of maybe Canada. So they're just in that one area, and guess what? It's surrounded by a body of water, which could mean that a ship could have crashed there, and so they're near water, right? That's important. I'm just gonna put North America. I mean, technically, I think that's North American-ish. I'll have to look on a map. Undisclosed location in North America. Yeah, that's interesting. Let me see. Actually, I'm gonna check it out now. World map. So it's like above this weird mass here that I'm just not familiar with. So it's like right here. Are you in the Hudson Bay, brother? Let's see. Right? Let me see. So I'm thinking it's right here. This weird mass, and then you have like all the little... So that's Hudson Bay. That's 100% Hudson Bay. So it is somewhere in Hudson Bay. I don't know exactly what. I mean, I guess technically we could further scrutinize this area. Let's see. I got a pen in my hand. Okay, I got a Hudson Bay map. That's what I'm talking about. Ho 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 ho. All right, and there's like a little tiny. It could be Coral Harbor actually. Man, okay, so that's certainly, there's like a little nudge there, and then boom, right there. So we've got, it could be right here in Churchill's like the little nudge, right? It could be this is the nudge, and then boom, right? So it's in one of these areas. It could be Winnisk, Fort Severn, Churchill, Tavani. Oh my gosh. This is now for the other videos. The overlap can't undo the blackout. Okay, thank you so much. Mr. Singularity says it is Canada, but not that exact spot. Remember, the prince crashed on an island. Oh my gosh. Coates Island. Oh man. So maybe. Oh man. Okay. You're a genius. That is insane. So now we have so much more information. We are doing this thing. Okay. Hudson Bay. Specifically, he landed on an island. So Coates Island is Mr. Singular is pointing to this as the biggest possibility here. There are some smaller islands, but that is something else. Okay. Well, I think that's important. It's not Coates Island. Okay. Not Coates Island, but certainly could be something around here. The fact that we're around Hudson Bay is important, though. I like that. We kind of obviously gotten an idea of where the creature could be. A general idea, anyways. I like it. A good guess, though. Well, thank you. Hey, man. Oh, baby, that was you. That's my beautiful wife. Coates Island. Good guess, though. Okay, well, I mean, we have a few options here for sure. Like, and also, I mean, maybe it's something that's not a well, no, because it would be on the map. I was thinking like it's like a little island so small it's not even registered on the map. Anyways, definitely around here somewhere. That's really cool. All right, let's check it out. Let's go into the next video. I guess we're gonna learn how to we're gonna watch an episode of a Cook at Home Kitchen and learn about how to make the cheese crawl penne. That sounds like it sounds good, but then when you talk about cheese crawl, now it's starting to sound kind of yucky. All right, we're skipping all this. Oh man, this is good. I love it. Thanks for watching. Thank you for creating it, my friend. Darian Keloy. I like saying kilo instead of Quilloy.
Is your ramen back in stock?
It's not. Fresh out of ramen, actually.
It is. Sorry it kept flying off the shelves.
Okay. Next page of notes. I am just tearing through this notebook here. Cook at Home Kitchen. The cheese crawl penne cook along. Cheese crawl. I don't know why they even. I hope to gosh that they're not actually eating crawl, because they specifically said although it's nutrient rich, it's disgusting. They hadn't quite reached gourmet levels yet, and that might be where Mr. Singularity mentioned in the very, very first video I ever did on Vita Carnis that he mentioned something about the flavor or like the savor increaser or flavor enhancer. So I think we're coming full circle now where it's all starting to make a lot more sense. But here's the cook along. Let's see exactly what this is all about. We've got some NASA dudes here. Oh, I will. I certainly will. If you join my Discord, I have a map for you. I don't know if you can leave a link on the chat. And I know that I'm not just used to it anymore, but let me see. If I do like permit, I wonder if that allows you to send a link. I know that on Twitch it would, but I'm not very familiar with the commands and YouTube chat anymore because it's been a long time. Yay! See, there you go. You have permission to post a link. You can post your Discord, and I will certainly join it. Let's see. Mr. Singularity says, this motion picture was sponsored by Flavor Enhancer, the seasoning you need in your life. Otherwise, you'll just be missing out on all this flavor you could be enjoying. I'm allowed. Heck yeah. You have been granted permission. I'm glad that it works. I just copied the same command from Twitch. I like it.
This could be the greatest discovery of the age.
Oh, we're changing channel. Okay, I get it. Well, that was creepy. What was that? Probably nothing, but I'm still gonna... Just crazy little demonic children. Ugh, hold on. That's creepy. I want to see what it is. Oh, okay. It's just a baby. Well, babies are creepy. Flowers.
Of any information.
Wanted by the CSIS. Interprovincial Travel. Production of Sensitive Material. Vincent Barrere. He's from... Hey, it says Alberta. That, I would imagine... Oh, Canadian. He's Canadian. Okay. I want to know. Who is this guy? I'm going to put a question mark because I don't know if it's important, but wanted by the CSIS. So we got a boy named Vincent Barrere, wanted by CSIS. And he's just a Canadian, bro. Photograph taken in 1988. I'm just going to put his date of birth just in case that's important. Date of birth. Just in case it's like a code or something. 8/28/68. And he's pretty tall, I think, right? 180 centimeters. If you have any information concerning this person, please contact your local CSIS office. Telephone numbers and addresses of all CSIS offices listed on back. I wonder, is that like the Canadian whatever, FBI or something? What is that? I'm not too familiar with their law. CSIS? The Center for Strategic and International Studies. I've never heard of this. Okay. I mean, it's real. I don't know if it's the exact match. What if I just put Canada, just in case? I can't spell Canada. Oh, Canadian Security Intelligence Service. There you go. Never mind. We're not talking about the think tank. We're talking about the Canadian Security Intelligence Service. That's why it's always good to do a little more research and be more thorough, because the first hit, I could have easily been like, okay, yeah, it's the answer. But we got to do a little bit more research and hopefully be more thorough and see how it ties into the rest of the clues, so we know Canada was a thing. So there you go. Now we know it's like the Canadian FBI. That's really cool. Let's see what chat has to say. Let's see. I'm allowed. Barrere, it's the same one. Oh, no way. So he's tied into it somehow. It says, try this link. I don't see a link yet. I hope you can see my screen. I'm not making it up. I don't see a link. But once you send it, I'll take a look for sure. Okay, so this poor dude, something happened to him. And thanks for letting us know it's tied to it, Mr. Singularity. That's awesome. What? I'm just gonna say, like, this looks nasty. Like, I know you could have made that look a little better. And I know what just from the look of it, like, I know how to cook at least somewhat, right? So that's just the penne is like the pasta. That's those little long, I don't know, pasta noodle things. And then I think, which is yucky, that they're putting crawl on there and they're just making, but even though it's probably like ground beef, but that's probably crawl that he put on there, and then the cheese on top of it. I bet that's disgusting. If it's really crawl, if it's not, I mean, it's pretty basic. But where's the sauce, man? Like, let's have some sauce to this thing, right? On my there's gonna be some changes to my main channel where I featured lore and things like that, but it might actually start including some cooking type elements. So just a hint, wink, wink. There's some pretty cool things coming up on that channel where we're trying to take a slightly different direction and include more types of content that allow me to really expand my horizons on what I want to cover. So there might be some food based stuff on there. So anyways, this looks disgusting. I love it. Mr. Singularity, I don't see the link yet, but once I see it, we can take a look. That looks disgusting. And it's like, why do you have it, You know, like what do you call it? Presented on a dirty like like move that black speck like on a dirty pillow thing. Crawl penne. Cook at home kitchen. They need a little jingle like an intro. It's gonna be like penne, crawl, cheese, and that's it. I'm writing this down because I'm gonna make it. So gonna make it. Let's see. Cheese crawl, penne, pasta. This is the recipe. They said 3 cups. That's a lot. I mean, it's probably gonna serve a good chunk. 3 cups of penne. Oh gosh, it is real crawl. I put the CC, the caption on there. And I should have done this previously, so I apologize for not doing that earlier. I always forget about that functionality because other than when I'm streaming, I don't watch YouTube on desktop. I watch it primarily on mobile devices, specifically my phone or like an iPad or something. So I'm not used to using the closed captions. Normally I can turn it up as loud as I want anyways too, but because I don't want to interfere too much with the mic and all that, I do have it up a little bit, but I also want the visual aid so you guys can see what's happening. So 3 cups of pasta, 3 cups of fresh crawl. Ugh, if there's such a thing. That is disgusting. But it has to be fresh, and I appreciate that whoever is making this understands that. Yeah, there's no way I'm paying money for that, especially if it's everywhere in the world. I'm gonna just go out and pick it. 1 cup of cheese. I'm more of like a fiend for cheese, you know. So I'd probably be a little bit more gracious with the cheese. 1 cup of cheese. Half a cup of green onions. What? 1 teaspoon of salt? Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. That's not gonna cut it. We're gonna season the hell out of that thing. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. And it's tablespoons too, so he ain't being cheap about it. 2 tablespoons of Cajun spice. I've got just the thing. 2 tablespoons of parsley. This is a very strange recipe. Because parsley is more, I mean, to be honest, it's really just more for looks. It doesn't really have too much flavor. 1 tablespoon of dill. I literally could make this. There's crawl everywhere out here. 1 tablespoon of garlic. Now I also love applying. When I cook, I put paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and some sort of salt type thing in there normally. So it's gonna have like a nice color to it. It's gonna have a nice, rich, like flavor to it because the garlic and the onion powder just really makes it taste really good. And then always something a little bit salty, you know, whether it be actual salt or like they said earlier, some sort of like Cajun spice that's nice and has a little heat to it, but also salty. I mean, there's so many different types of ways to salt your food, but I don't know. I'm interested to see how if you use the exact recipe, what it would come out like. A pinch of pepper. Yeah, you don't want to overdo it with the pepper. Uh-oh. This is what Mr. Singularity has been talking about this entire time. Okay. to bring out the richness of flavor within each and every meal. Flavor enhancer. Uh-oh. This is, I think, where things get bad. Nutrari Co. Unlikely. Unlikely very nutritious. The crawl has a thick membrane layer. Gross. You're going to have to, like, cut that, right? That's nasty. Yeah. Yep, that's what they say. You didn't say how much to use, honey buns. Okay. Here are the actual instructions. These are just the ingredients. So, ingredients. Now we have the actual instructions. Fill medium-sized pot with... Okay. Fill half of a medium-sized pot with water. We've got to boil the pasta. Woo! Flavor enhancer, baby. Okay. You're excited about that. A little too much. So that means that I really need to keep my eyes on this flavor enhancer thing. I don't trust it. Oh gosh. The water is... half of the water is on the surface, by the way. Love it. I wonder if that's Darian. You know, I always forget the physics of this. It's chemistry, whatever. I thought salt increases the boiling temperature, or the rate at which it boils, not decreases it. I know that if you put salt like on ice, it increases the freezing point, which means the ice will kind of melt a bit on the surface, and you can make it stick to things, stuff like that. I know I'm overthinking this, but anyways, I just remember that being a thing. Add pinch of salt. I do that whenever I'm making like spaghetti. A pinch salt. My first puzzle has something to do... Yes, it does, with flavor enhancer. Your very first comment you ever made, I had no clue what you were talking about. And I was like, this guy's funny. That's why I was entertaining you in the comments. And I was like, oh, you're giving me hints towards this whole Vita Carnis mystery thing. So, yes, I remember that. And like I said, after this stream, I'm going to visit not only your Discord, but your YouTube channel, so that I can try and find not only like the hints you've given me, but more specifically the two puzzles that you've mentioned. There it is. You know, so I mean, you could do it that way, right? Oh no, he didn't put the pasta in there yet. Yeah, you boil the water, and then when the water's boiling, then you put in the pasta. My bad. I thought he put in the pasta already. Oh, that looks gross. Grab your crawl. Oh, man. Mince the crawl. That's great. All membrane and all. Mince crawl. Ugh. That's so gross. It does have a tough membrane. Oh, God. Those colors. That's a sharp looking knife, and he's not getting through it. Don't cut your finger, bro. Oh, that's gross. You're like, yep, that's it. That is so gross. They literally said that it had not met cuisine level yet. It was not something to be eaten. Or not something that was enjoyably consumed. I guess that's where the flavor enhancer comes in. My first crawl ASMR time. Yeah, I mean, just hearing the that makes me hungry. I don't know about you guys. I am behind. What is this? This is Vita Carnis, an analog horror. Yes. So what all you missed, obviously, aside from the introduction of all of the other creatures, like the Vita Carnis is like a species of creatures. Crawl is kind of like the basis of all the other creatures so far. It's kind of like a root system, but it looks like meat. It's like a meaty, fleshy root system. And from this crawl, which can be found anywhere in the world, it can, like nodes, like meaty nodes can grow and then fall off, and then those become all the other creatures that we've seen. Crawl is like kind of the progenitor of it. It's like a big network of fleshy tendrils, and from these tendrils, other creatures can come from it. And apparently, we're eating it. Yeah, crawl. Or, as Mr. Singularity said, it's meat grass. Yeah, pretty much. It grows everywhere. It's kind of like it can be eaten, it can be consumed. It enhances like the foliage around it, whatever, right? And people can eat it, but it is supposedly pretty nasty. So it's supposed to be pretty nasty. So the thing is, in the very first video, they said, "Oh, there's not really a place for crawl in society, but." It hasn't quite met cuisine level, even though it can be healthily consumed, allegedly. But Mr. Singularity has told me several times and referenced something about a flavor enhancer, which they also advertised in this cooking show. So that has something to do with it. And maybe it's, I don't know, but it could be ground up Vita Carnis creatures, it could be ground up human, it could be ground up something. But the flavor enhancer is very sketchy because Mr. Singularity is very excited about it. And although he's my bro, I don't know if I trust him yet. I don't know whose side he's on yet. Well, it's a source of protein for vegans. Well, there you go. See? Vegans eat crawl. Let's see what happens. Oops. I'm accidentally typing. Come on, mouse. There you go. That looks disgusting. I mean, I don't care how you look at it. That's not quite minced either. There's a giant crawl piece in there. Oh, yeah. I'm making this. That's beautiful. I like how he didn't even clean the cutting board. He's like, it's fine. It's fine, Who cares? Mince the green onion. I am making this. I kid you not. Just rub it in the crawl guts. Crawl grease. Okay. Easy peasy. Don't worry about your cooking space though. You don't have to clean and go. Ooh, I want a skillet like that. That looks really neat. It's like one of those portable type ones. I love that. It's like a Bunsen burner, but for food instead of science. Okay. So you want to then... I don't know if they want to sear it or whatever, but they're just cooking it. Cook, crawl, and skillet. With a little bit of oil. I guess, yeah. Oh, God. That is disgusting. That looks so nasty. The grease adds flavor. Sure. Sure. I'm not happy with that. As the water reaches a boil. I like that. Okay. I'm just gonna put boil penne. I mean, that's simple as that. Look at them go. I usually don't measure the water, so whenever I'm making pasta, like I just say, oh, I have a big pot, I'm gonna fill it with water. I don't like do half or whatever. I don't want to do it too full because when it starts boiling, I don't want it to boil over. But I usually do like 75% of it full, like 3/4, whatever you want to call it, 3/4 full. And then that way it fits all the pasta in there. They're all soaked, and that way when you're stirring it, everything is inside. Sometimes like the spaghetti type noodles, like those thin noodles, they're so long, right? So you want to make sure you have enough water to submerge them all. But whatever. What am I doing? What am I doing here? I like it fully submerged, you know? Cook until soft, not al dente. Sure. God, it looks gross. Okay. Boil penne, and then add green onions to crawl. Oh, and then the spices. Then add spices. Trying to be space efficient here. You know, normally, another weird thing. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm just like critiquing because I like to cook. Another thing is, I normally would have seasoned the meat while it was cooking. You know, I don't know. He seasons it after. That's fine. Just so it can soak in. You know, the grease adds flavor. Strain the pasta. Strain pasta. Oh, he had a mask on. I want to see his face. It looks like it's like a gas mask or something. I can't really tell. Okay. Lay pasta into dish. Crawl topping. That just makes it sound even more appetizing. Add crawl toppings. And then, oh, it's a gas mask. Okay, it is. It looked like one with those, you know, those little attachments that, I don't know, I think they're the filters actually. Add that flavor enhancer. Oh man, you're excited about that. It's got to be something terrible. Get it in there, yeah. Don't be shy. Okay. And then add cheese. I'm just mad that there's not any sauce. That kind of offends me. Add that flavor enhancer, just as Mr. Singularity said. Add flavor enhancer. What is this? What manner of sorcery is this? Wait. Must cool to below 60 degrees Celsius? I don't even know what that is. And let's see, in Fahrenheit. We do everything backwards where I live. So let's see. I don't know how to convert that, but we'll figure it out. If not, it will not work. That's really weird. Why would it be temperature activated? There is no seasoning that works that way. I need a sauce. I want to eat this, but with a sauce. Nothing? Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did. No. Nothing yet. I don't want a jump scare. Let me turn this down just a little bit. Oh, I saw something. I saw it again. Oh, there it is. That's important. That's another page from the book. Don't you do this to me, Darian. Oh, darn it. Okay. Ass. I was so close. Oh, you know what? I'm doing it the wrong way. That's why. Start, stop, start, stop. Oh, I'm doing it. Okay, I get it. That's why I'm messing it up. Ah! It's so hard to get these frame perfect scenes. No! I was so close. Okay, I'm gonna listen to it naturally. Go by sound. Oh, we're gonna get it. Just a matter of time. 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, that's good to know. That's still very hot. It's said to cool to that. I guess if you're baking it. Well, you didn't even bake it, so I don't know. I guess I don't know. The temperature thing is weird to me. The yum yum. Yes. All of the videos contain pages. Okay, sweet. Good to know. You know what would also be cool? If I could actually get the page on my screen. All the other ones have been easier. Okay, so it's okay. I'm gonna go off of audio cue. Ooh, we're so close. Although the critters ignored I'm assuming the prince, they secretly visited. They snuck what little, forcefully fed it to the prince. Oh my gosh! They're giving the prince something while he's asleep. Now, I don't know if this is as good of the image as I can get. I am going to screen print this. Yeah, it's pretty bad either way. That's pretty bad. Yeah, you're not going to get any better than that. They are force feeding him something. That is insane. Okay. At 6 minutes and 7 seconds, we have an image where the critters are secretly, yeah, well, I don't know, they're secretly. They're forcefully feeding the prince something. We don't know what they're feeding him though, and that's pretty disturbing. So we're going to save this image as well. This one's a little different because it kind of covers all this right here. I don't think he likes it. It's not I don't think the prince likes this whatever food they're giving him. Alright, I will enhance the brightness ever so slightly. Little bit of contrast. And then we'll save it. So some of those little critters are bastards. They're feeding him something secretly, despite the fact that the majority of the critters had agreed to leave him alone. So that's probably what's going to cause some... Oh no, they're feeding him berries. It does look like berries, actually. Oh man. So they're feeding the prince berries. And they must either not be good berries, or there's some kind of strange berries, or they just don't mesh well with his magic or just his constitution. Maybe he's just not built for this kind of diet. But either way, yikes. Now these little guys are plotting, you know? And maybe they're trying to fatten him up or something. Maybe they're trying to fatten him up. Because remember, they're starving and they're looking for any kind of scraps, things like that. More to come. Okay. Let me look at my time. What time it is. I got time for one more, as long as it's not the longest video in the world. Happy Kelly. There's no way you're that happy. Okay, this is fine. I can deal with this. Yeah, absolutely. Let's jump into this. A guide to owning a pet trimming. This is going to be disgusting because they look so nasty. Okay, so we're watching the official guide to owning a pet trimming. Now, trimmings, as we learned, are the kind of like the most basic creatures. Like, they're like the pests of the Vita Carnis species. They grow or they fall off of like meaty nodes from the crawl, and then they are pretty much 100% scavengers, or they eat, carrion, so like dead or rotting meat. And they even get in your trash and they make screeching sounds. They have like six limbs, and they're kind of like slimy and meaty looking, but they're pretty, docile for the most part. It's hard to domesticate them because they're a little creepy, but they don't necessarily do anything to harm you. But they are found in and considered pests. So this is going to be gross. I need volume.
They form bonds and grow relationships with these animals, even to the point of them being considered a part of the family.
There's no way a little six-legged little creature is going to be part of my family. It's like a skinless rodent. Look at the puppy. The puppy's ears were so cute. Oh, okay. You may want to get yourself a trimming. Yes. I love how she referred to them as lumps of meat. These lovely little lumps of meat have grown a reputation to be a loving companion. How? Like, I don't want that on my couch. Like, what if it leaks? It's like, there's a little stickiness. Hopefully it's not like slimy and it just looks shiny like that. That's so gross. Oh my gosh.
Today, we will be showing you how you can care for your pet trimming. Taking care of a trimming is fairly easy, but this is no reason to slack off.
No reason to slack off. So they've become popular pets in the recent months. Now, I'm sure there's going to be steps like, hey, here's how you clean it, here's how you feed it, kind of thing. So we're going to jump into that as well.
They are living things and do require maintenance. The first thing to keep in mind when keeping a trimming is the temperature of your home.
Okay, so temperature is important. I bet they like it warm. And if I swear, if they say anything about 60 degrees Celsius, we're eating trimmings. That's what the flavor enhancer is.
While trimmings are resilient to both high and low conditions.
So they're resilient to high and low. To high and low temps. Okay. Maintain room temp. Maintain room temperature. Which was how much? I don't know how much that was be in Celsius. 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. All right, fair enough.
That being said, trimmings
This thing's so hideous.
prefer warmer areas to nest.
They prefer warmer areas to nest.
A simple setup you may use is a box with some blankets on the inside.
That's funny.
Make sure there is enough for your trimming to cover itself. And now, you have a comfy bed for your buddy.
That is nasty.
Next, you want to give your trimming the
Diet, okay. Sleeping, okay. And then diet.
best diet possible.
What do you guys eat?
Not picky eaters, and will eat anything you give them.
Ah, so we know they're not picky eaters because they are scavengers. This one looks like he's eating. It's named Angelico. That's just wonderful. It's eating. Looks like a banana peel, an apple core, some eggshells. Lovely.
To keep your trimming healthy and strong, a diet of dry cat or dog food that is high in protein.
I love the way it's eating. Oh man, it's funny. Add dry food to diet. That just helps them stay healthy.
Provided 2 times a day.
Twice a day, good gosh. 2 times daily.
Best. As a treat, you may give your trimming any scraps of your food.
Okay, so they do eat scraps. Scraps are the best treats.
Things like apple cores, banana peels,
Banana? We were right. Everything that it was hard to make out, but the apple core. Once I saw that, I was like, "Oh, okay, it's a separate piece of scrap food or whatever." Look at that little fella. Looks like a skin turtle. He does. And when you look at it like that, it's a lot more. I don't know. It's a lot less creepy. But whenever they said it looked a skinned raccoon, that's what freaked me out. Because then I started thinking like kind of like rodent family-ish. Even though raccoons aren't rodents, I don't think they're just pests. I don't know if they're rodents. I don't know. Either way, a turtle is much more cute than a skinned raccoon.
or eggshells are a perfect snack.
Eggshells.
A thing to remember is trimmings are nocturnal and make
Oh gosh. So just something to remember. Remember, they're nocturnal.
plenty of noise.
Oh my gosh. They make plenty of noise at night. Plenty of noise at night. Lovely. Can you imagine sleeping and hearing that? No. That is disturbing.
Prevent you from having sleepless nights. Try to give your trimmings first meal in the late morning or afternoon.
Try to give your trimmings first meal in the late morning or afternoon. Okay. Avoid sleepless nights by feeding trimming between 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m.
This helps them be active during these times instead.
That would be so creepy. They are bottom feeders. Yeah. For sure.
Another thing to consider if you want a pet
House and exercise. Okay. House and exercise.
trimming is where they will be living. Your home should have enough space for your trimming to roam around, as well as
What? They want indoor and outdoor access? These things are bougie. Indoor and outdoor access. He's eating grass too.
The backyard. If not, be sure to take your trimmings on regular walks. This gives your trimming the exercise they need.
These things are so nasty. Take it on walks. Take on regular walks.
As well as allowing them to meet other trimmings.
Really?
Trimmings are a social creature and need to interact with others of their kind.
Oh, okay. Allow interaction with other trimmings. Highly social creatures. I didn't even think about that, but whenever I realize, I think back to that one clipping, they were all nestled together. There's like 400 of them, right? Underneath a satellite, an abandoned satellite. Yuck.
Like how they do in the wild. When it comes to
Entertainment. How to play with a skin turtle with 6 legs?
entertainment, trimmings are not the most active.
He threw the tennis ball and it just like no.
Best and fetch or tug of war.
Okay. That is hilarious. So to entertain them, entertainment. Not the best at fetch or tug of war. That's hilarious.
There are other ways to keep your trimming entertained. Some toys and trimmings like our little items they can push, around, pull, or carry.
Okay. So they like to push or pull, but they don't like to like. That's okay. Like a big ball or something. They like to push or pull items.
Trimmings also enjoy things that you enjoy as well.
They are watching TV. They do. They said they read my mind. That they enjoy things you like. I was like, what? They like watching TV, playing video games.
Or listening to the radio.
Oh. Now we're getting kind of. This is where it's getting a little creepy because remember, every single one of the newspaper clippings has referred to, like, in the documentaries anyways, have pretty much contradicted, like, the peaceful nature of these things. And they always were tied to or, like, had an affinity to technology. Like I said earlier, the radio tower, the satellite. Then we know that the monoliths can use EMP blasts, right? The fact that they like TV or they like listening to the radio, I don't believe it's because they're enjoying it. Somehow they're either drawing energy to it or they have some sort of affinity to it because maybe they need to know how to destroy it. They seem to be destructive in that way. So that's huge. I'm going to put a little star by that. I'm going to say enjoy watching TV. Yeah, right. Enjoy watching TV and listening to the radio. That's huge. That's huge. The static, the static, the static. Okay, I am totally putting the static. That is interesting. What? The singularity sends signals as well. We did learn about that. It had all kinds of energy signatures, magnetic manipulation, and things like that. Maybe they are drawn to these things because they're being communicated through this device by the singularity. And maybe they're receiving instructions. Oh man, that's interesting. I'm going to put possible communication with singularity through technological devices. That is something else. Thank you so much, Mr. Singularity. That is incredibly helpful and revealing.
They love seeing and listening to all the funny things coming from the devices.
Do they? Do they? I don't like that. He seems a little too into this little staticky noise. It says applause, but who knows? I saw something creepy.
After a long day,
Oh, okay.
your trimming might be dirty.
Cleaning. This is how we clean the trimmings.
And need a wash. To clean them, start your bath with a gentle warm water, mixed with a bit of hand or body wash.
Okay. So you just bathe them in warm water. Bathe in warm water and soap.
Gently scrub the trimming's feet, belly, and neck folds.
Gross.
Remember to be careful around their face and avoid getting soap in their eyes, nose, and mouth.
Okay. Avoid eyes, nose, and mouth.
Gently pat dry with a towel when done. Now your buddy is
Boop.
all clean.
He booped him. They're kind of cute. I mean, but they do look disgusting at the same time. They're growing on me.
And lastly, as
Affection. Gotta give them love.
said before, trimmings are social creatures, so be sure to give them plenty of affection. They love receiving pats, scratches,
They love pats. They're like nice cats.
and pets.
So they like getting little rubs.
They also love to sit with you and cuddle. Since they communicate with each other in the wild, it is best to replicate this behavior with them as well.
Okay. So they need physical affection. Affection.
Simply talking to them is plenty enough. You can talk about your day.
And reveal all the they're too smart. I don't know.
If anything interesting happened at work, if you are working on any new recipes, or
What? There's no way.
talk about the weather. Trimmings are very good listeners.
Trimmings are good listeners. So it said talking with them is more than enough. Trimmings are very good listeners, which is very interesting to me, and it's unsettling as well, because I get that, okay, maybe they're social, they like the interaction, whatever, but what if they're just gathering information, right? That's not good. The meat snakes are the only one that has not messed with any tech just to bring it up. Yeah, exactly. Tell the trimming your credit card number now. It's like it also likes to memorize things like socials, phone numbers, dates of birth. That's weird. You are right, though. So far, the only creature that hasn't directly impacted technology was the meat snake. It was just an article how a cult had continued to feed them dead bodies from a war, and how it grew to like massive proportions. But at no point in time did it ever say that the meat snakes interfered with the technology. But I do recall you stating that they were essentially like storage, or like food storage. So maybe that's just their purpose. Instead of somehow interfering or interacting with these technology, these technology that revolves around communication, maybe the meat snakes are specifically for storage, and maybe they help replenish maybe for example, the monoliths, and that's why they're able to stand there for so long. Or maybe any of the other creatures that require some food. Remember, they just grow every time they eat, almost like one for one. Like if they eat something large, they're gonna grow that same size just about, minus the bones and whatever else. So maybe they're just there, like you said, like those honeypot ants. Yep, exactly. That is exactly, you read my mind exactly, because you mentioned honeypot ants. You made a huge reference to them. Maybe, again, they serve as food sources for other creatures that are much more important in the, not more important, but that have a greater purpose in the Vita Carnis species. So I love it. I love it. Honeypot ants, but flesh version. He's like, I'm sure they love to be involved. Maybe too much.
With all of these in mind, you are now well equipped to have a trimming become a part of the family.
You know, and that does look like a turtle, but also it slightly starts looking more and more like an old man, you know, and like a almost humanoid type face. It's creepy because it's got the 6 legs. It's got this shiny, like sticky, slimy kind of appearance to it. It literally looks like it doesn't have skin, even though that is its skin. I couldn't imagine like petting that and not having like a nasty feeling. Lifespan is 8 to 12 years. That's a long time for a past. 8 to 12 years. Okay, I was gonna say I didn't see a page. Okay, and I was afraid of a jump scare. He's been very nice about not including jump scares like that. Can't read that. I need it in the first frame. Slow, too slow. Darn it. Oh, perfect. Look at us go. Look at us go. Okay, so right at 5 minutes and 16 seconds, we have another secret image, and it says, "One day, the prince awoke suddenly. Thanks to the critter's assistance, the healing process had finished very quickly. The prince had fully recovered and was now fully awake and aware of their surroundings. Surprised by the sudden awakening, the critters shrieked and hid from the prince's sight." At least that's what it looks like it says. That's what it looks like it says. I hate that it always locks. I guess because I am removing the background, but still. So annoying. It always locks the image. Alright. Where's the center? There it is. I'm so glad at how clear that is, actually. We'll increase the brightness just so I can read it a little easier. That is incredible. Okay, so he's woken up now. Now the thing is, it said multiple times how awake he was and how aware he was. So let's just take a look one more time. One day, the prince awoke suddenly. Thanks to the critter's assistance, the healing process had finished very quickly. So the berries must have somehow impacted him and helped him heal. But I don't think that was for the better. It says the prince had fully recovered and was now fully awake and aware of their surroundings. Surprised by the sudden awakening, the critters shrieked and hid from the prince's sight. So they were not expecting him to wake up, but somehow the berries did have an impact on how quickly he healed. So they were surprised of the fact that he woke up, and maybe, like I said, they were trying to fatten him up. I don't know if they were trying to help him heal, or they were trying to fatten him up so they could eat him. But either way, they had agreed initially to leave him alone. They started feeding him the berries, and now he's awake. It doesn't seem like they want him to know that they're there, so immediately they go out of his sight. So I don't know. I mean, they're really mischievous. I don't trust the critters. I have a feeling that they're directly tied to whatever's going to happen with the Vita Carnis maybe going out of control. Maybe the berries had some sort of healing properties, but they like make whatever. He got hurt, right? Injured. So maybe it helps flesh grow. It helps, whatever, cellular growth or something. And now it's going to grow out of control, and he's going to become like a massive blob or something. Who knows? But my thing is, it's really odd that they were shocked that he woke up. Maybe they didn't really understand the magic, and they're thinking, oh, okay, well, we'll try and help him with our means, and they were just surprised at how quickly it worked. Or, like I said, they had bad intentions, and they were pretty much shocked that he woke up because, like, damn it, now he's going to realize that we're here. I don't know yet, but this is incredible. The critters acting like trimmings? Exactly. Oh, gosh. The Singularity said, Mr. Singularity said, you haven't seen the things I have. That's ominous. Critters acting like trimmings, exactly. They seem afraid. They're shrieking and, oh no, moving in. Oh, that's fine. Make sure that's the end of it. What a great series. And I think that's an excellent place to end it for today. I know that, let's see, we had a pretty good run. We had some almost 2 hours. I want to be able to make more and more progress on these. Some of the videos are a little bit longer than others, but it's fine. I didn't know how long this series was. It has a good amount of videos to it, and I'm all about taking my time with it. I don't want to rush through it. I don't want to like force the content. I want to actually be able to, experience it, try and put things together, and then do research outside. Nothing, of course, like I'm at no point in time am I ever going to say Vita Carnis wiki or whatever. Like I'm never going to do that. That would be after like we've already watched everything and there's still mysteries that we just cannot solve after we bounce ideas off of each other. But I don't like to do that. To me, that kind of spoils the experience. The whole part of it being so much fun is trying to figure it out without someone, giving you the answers. Mr. Singularity has been fantastic in giving us hints, but at no point in time have they just revealed answers and completely spoiled the experience, which is awesome, and I really appreciate that. But it's one of those things where I'm definitely going to jump into this next week as well. We're going to take a lot of time to jump into those videos. The Vita Carnis meat snake specimen is a very short video, but then we have a mimic defense instructional tape video that is 21 minutes and 18 seconds. That's going to be a big one. So maybe we try and watch as much of that as possible so we can learn how to defend ourselves against mimics, which we know are incredibly terrifying and they like to corner us or eat us while we're asleep. But anyways, we're going to keep jumping into this, so next week we'll do even more. This weekend, if I do stream live, it'll be specifically for the Wolong Challenge Run, and so it won't be anything Vita Carnis related, so you won't miss out on that. So if we will continue and resume the weekly schedule of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so we can jump into the next video for sure. I give hints, not handouts, exactly, and that's why you're an awesome person. If you are a person. Well, you can check out those puzzles. I certainly will. I'm going to check out the puzzles, and uh-oh. The Vita Carnis series is not complete yet, but soon. Uh-oh. And then oh gosh, we're left with an ominous message that states, no, not the anomaly report. No. Oh, that's crazy. Well, rest assured, Mr. Singularity, I am going to be checking out your channel, the puzzles that you left for me, as well as the Discord, if it's linked there. Hopefully it's linked in your YouTube channel, and I can just go there from there. But anyways, you're so awesome. I appreciate the interaction and just the hints, and it just really enhances the experience. So I love it. It's been so much fun. I can't wait to pick it up next week. Again, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope to see you there, as always, if possible. It definitely makes it so much better, and it makes it so much more fun as well. So you've really added a lot of value to this stream, and I appreciate you so much. Hope you have a great day yourself, my friend, and I guess that's it. So until next time, It's the Inhuman one signing out. I'll catch you guys next time. Got to work on some of my other stuff for now, and we'll jump right back in. Promise. It's linked there as well. Thank